Hey guys, this is Trapper with Trip with Dad, and you can probably tell I'm sitting down here in my basement. I'm looking in my storage room and going through some of the old pictures in my life. If you're like me, and you're as old as me probably, I'm 47, I'm 48 this June, you probably have pictures that are more like this, where they're actually a paper copy or a printed paper copy. And this is actually my dad on a trip we're in a boat that he loved. I still have that boat, by the way, and the engine, and a little crankbait, and the bluegill that we never like to catch. We are after walleyes, not bluegills. So I remember that kind of picture. And then I remember I was thumbing through this little photo book just a little bit ago, and it came to this picture here. This picture is really neat. This is the picture of the boat that my dad got when we first got it. And this is a 14-foot V-bottom Starcraft that Dad painted up after he got the boat, fixed up the seats, put the motor on it, and it was a proud day for him. Because one thing I know that as I was growing up, as becoming a young man or a young boy at that time, he looked forward to be able to take me on fishing trips, and it's weird that it's not weird at all that I take my boys on trips now. And he instilled that in me. And because times on trips are there's so much time to do all kinds of things, and so many different things happen that are so cool and so funny sometimes. And one just popped in my head. Literally, we're at Lake Raspin in southern Iowa. We're down there fishing for the week, and we went out in Honey Creek State Park, and I'm laughing because I'm gotta get to the end of the story. But we were in Honey Creek State Park. We put the boat in, went fishing around the corner, all that stuff, and we're coming back. It's after dark. We'd actually caught some fish. I don't remember how many we caught. We caught some walleyes, got some crappies, and we were on the way back in. And we thought it was weird. That was before GPS, really handheld GPS. That was before phones, where you had the ability to track where you're at. And we figured we were in the right cove and right area, but we couldn't. There's no lights. It was pitch black, cloudy, so there's no lights at all, and it was pitch black. We're like, where in the world? And we're trying to figure out where we're at, because all we're running is a flasher for a fish finder in the back, and we're flying down the lake pretty quick, 25 mile an hour. And all of a sudden, it went from 20 foot, 15, 10, 5, 0 on thing, and we shot right up a jetty. So literally the boat came out of the water, we shot right up a jetty, and every one of us went forward a seat or two, and my dad ended up on the bank because he was up closer to the front. And stuff like that you don't ever forget. Trips like that are always so much fun to remember. Man, one of the other ones that just came to mind too, Dad and I mentioned this in the first video, we were up in Canada fishing, and we'd just been back and forth through this one area. We were trolling before we learned walleyes are higher up in the water column, a long time before, and trolling back and forth, not catching anything. We turned around just to watch an eagle come flying down off a tree and hit the water and catch a walleye, probably 18-inch walleye, somewhere around there, and take off with it. And Dad and I literally just looked at each other like, what just happened? And he got our walleye. And then we just like, wow, that was so cool. We got to see that together. And then that's the cool thing about these trips that I took with Dad. There's so many opportunities. I could tell you stuff when I took him as a little kid. I could tell you what it was like as an older adult, into our senior year to a few years after that, before my dad went to heaven. And I could tell you so many different stories, and it would be really neat for you to listen. And I'm going to tell you more of those as we go along. They'll pop in, guaranteed. But every trip becomes a story that you will tell for years. And what's so neat is now I'm taking my sons on fishing trips, and I'm looking forward to teaching you how to take your son or daughter, or sons or daughters, on fishing trips. And I'm literally looking at one of my sons right now, in his graduation picture from high school, and sitting here right beside me, and just so neat. I got to take him on a father-son trip last August and on Lake Erie. Met him. He lives out in New York, and he's 21, and my other son's 18. He's in the house still, and we're looking forward, already talking about the trip this summer, and it's going to be right. And we're going to take you along for that ride as well on our trip together. So, trip for Dad. I look forward to helping you all along the way to be successful on your fishing trip with your son or daughter.